Hello and welcome to my first English tutorial. I will show you how to play my version of Maroon 5's Girls Like You. The chords in this song are C, G, A minor and F. And the changes stay the same for the entire song. So let's go! The first verse starts with a pickup. Put your index finger on the first fret of the B string, hit the string 3 times, and then go on playing a C major. For the C, put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then you pick with your right hand the A string, the B string with your middle finger, and the high E string with your ring finger, all together. First the pickup, and then those 3 strings. Next you put your index finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, hit it 1 time, and then again the 1st fret 3 times. Followed by the G. For the G we only need the middle finger on the 3rd fret of the lower E string, and we'll pick the E string, the B string and the high E string. Sounds like this. From the very beginning, then again 3rd fret B string, 1st fret B string, and go back to the 3rd fret, hit it 2 times there. On to A minor, hit the open A string with your thumb, and then put your index finger on the 1st fret of the B string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and pick those 3 strings with the thumb, the index finger and the middle finger of your right hand. First the open A, and then the rest. Next up is the F. Again pick the open A string and put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your index finger stays on the 1st fret of the B string. Then you pick the G string first with your thumb, and the G and the B string together with index and middle finger. Okay. first the open A string, and then the D string, and the rest. Now the first 4 bars all together. And now pick the G string 1 time and the B string 2 times and go back to the C like this. But you have to put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the E string, and then you pick the A string, the B string and the high E string all together. And then again, pick the B string 3 times, keep your index finger on the 1st fret, and then go to the G. The first note on the B string stays a little longer than the other 2 notes. It's like this. When you play the G, put your ring finger on the low E string and you keep your index finger on the high E string, both on the 3rd fret, and then pick both E strings and the B string together. And very important, an open B string. Put your index finger back on the 1st fret of the B string, hit the string 1 time, and then put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string, hit it 2 times, and go to A minor the way we played it before. Open A string, pick it with your thumb, and then pick with your thumb your index and your middle finger together, D, the G and the B string. It sounds like this. Followed by the F major. We play it the same way we did it before. Now those 4 bars together. Now pick the G string and the B string 1 time and do a hammer on with your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. Sounds like this. And we go back to the C major. We only pick the root on the 3rd fret of the A string and the open high E string, both together, and we do a hammer on and a pull off there on the 1st fret with your index finger. With a pickup it sounds like this. Followed by the open G string, pick it 3 times and go to G. Again, and the G is pretty much the same like the C. You put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, play the root there with your thumb, and pick it together with the open E string, high E string, and do again this hammer on and pull it off like you did before. Then again the open G string 2 times, followed by the B string with your pinky on the 3rd fret and the open A string and the B string together, and this is an A minor sus4. You have to put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and then you pick both together with your thumb and your index finger. And next we have the F again, open A string, D string on the 3rd fret, and G string on the 2nd, B string on the 1st fret. Like the way we played the F before. That's the first verse. The pre-chorus starts with a pickup and it sounds like this. Pick the open G string, then put your index finger again on the 1st fret of the B string and do a hammer on into the 3rd fret of the B string with your ring finger. And then pick the B string and the A string both together and both fingers on the 3rd fret. And then hit the open G string again 2 times. Go back to the hammer on from the 1st into the 2nd fret on the B string. Put your middle finger on the lower E string on the 3rd fret and pick the B string and the low E string together. And again the open G string 2 times. Next we have the open G string again 1 time and 2 times. The B string on the 3rd fret. And from there we go to A minor, like we used to play in the verse, same as the F, same as the verse. That's the whole pre-chorus. chorus starts on C as well. First you pick the B string one time, and then you play the A string, the G string and the B string together. Thumb, index finger, middle finger. Put index finger on the 3rd fret, A string again, and B string and E string together. B string on the 1st fret. Then again the B string, the A string, and the B string 2 times. Next up is the G. Starts with the 3rd fret of the E string and the open B and the open G string together. Index finger on the 1st fret of the B string, then again the low E string, and and pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string and the B and the open G string together. Next up is the B string again, and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string and low E string again. And then 2 times. And then again the G string for 2 times. Then we have A minor again. Keep your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the B string. Pick it together with the open A string. Put your index finger on the 1st fret of the B string. Again, open A string and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. Followed by the G string, 2nd fret, open A, G string, and again. Next up is the F, G string and D string together, B string on the 1st fret, again the D string, and your pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string. On to the 1st fret of the B string, again the D string on the 3rd fret and the B string again. Okay, the 4 bars all together. And that is the chorus. You just repeat it 1 time. It stays the same for the whole song. Of course, it starts with a C major chord. Put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, middle finger 2nd fret D string, and index finger 1st fret B string. Hit the A string and the G string with your thumb, the G string with your index finger, and then pick the B string with your middle finger, go back to the A string, and again the B string. Sounds like this. On to the G, you only need to put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, pick the E string and the B string together, followed by the D string, the G string, the B string, again the low E string and the B string. The same rhythm like you did with it in the C. Next we have the A minor again, index finger on the 1st fret of the B string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Hit the open A string and the G string at the same time, then the G string, again the G string, and the B string, open A, and again the B string twice. On to the F, you only need to, you keep your index finger on the B string, and you only have to put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, play D and B string at the same time, put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string, hit the open E string, and then B string, 1st fret, E string, and again B string. And again play those 4 bars 2 times, and that is the whole post chorus. The second verse starts again with a C, but you have to put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string, pick the A, the B and the E string at the same time, and slide with your pinky in the 5th fret of the E string. Go back to the first fret of the B string with your index finger, hit it 2 times. Next up is the G. Put your ring finger on the low E string and the index finger on the high E string, both on the 3rd fret. Pick the low E string, the B string and the E string at the same time. Again, slide with your pinky in the 5th fret and then play the open E string 2 times. Sounds like this. First 2 bars. Next up is A minor. We play it like we did in the first verse, and we do the same with the F. Nothing changes there as well. The first 4 bars of the 2nd verse. Keep your index and your ring finger on the B and the G string. Pick the G string 1 time and the B string 2 times, and then do a hammer on into the 3rd fret of the B string with your ring finger, like this. Put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string and pick the open E string, the high open E string and the A string together. Again, we have this hammer on and pull off thing like we did in the first verse. And then you hit the B string 3 times, again with your index finger on the 1st fret. Ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, and then again both E strings together, open high E string with hammer on and pull off. Index finger back on the 1st fret of the B string, and the index finger on the 3rd fret of the B string and hit it 2 times. Followed by A minor and F. Play it the way you did before. Now those 4 bars together. Then again the B string 1st fret 3 times, B string 3rd fret, A string 3rd fret together. First fret B string 4 times, B string 3rd fret and E string, low E string 3rd fret together. Open high E string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string and the B string on the 3rd fret, followed by the open A string and the 3rd fret of the B string, and index finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, as well as the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. And of course the F. That was the 2nd verse. Next up is again the pre-chorus, the chorus, and the post-chorus. In the post-chorus we do not play the last 3 notes. It sounds like this. And we stop right here. Normally we have to play these 3 notes. We don't do it in the end of the 2nd post-chorus, because from here we go to what I call the interlude. Okay, the interlude starts on C again, 3rd fret, A string, open G string, and 1st fret B string. Pick them together, then followed by the open E string and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. And play the open E string 4 times. Third fret B string, 1st fret B string, and B string and 3rd fret A string together. Onto the G, 3rd fret, low E string, and open G and open B string. Middle finger, 2nd fret, B string, 2nd fret, D string. Play the open E string 4 times. 3rd fret, B string, 1st fret, B string, and 1st fret B string, and low E string, 3rd fret together. Next up is A minor, A string, G string, and B string together. Then the D string and the open E string together, and now you have to play the open E string for 8 times. And on the 1st time and on the 7th time you pick the G string as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you play the B string, 1st fret. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is the A minor. Now, middle finger, 3rd fret D string, ring finger, 3rd fret B string, both together, 1st fret B string, 3rd fret D string, and again the B string, 1st fret. This is the 4 bars of the interlude, and you just repeat it, and in the end you do not play the last note. It was here on the 1st fret of the B string. And you're done. The interlude is followed by the chorus and post-chorus, and in the post-chorus we have a little variation for the ending, and it sounds like this. That's the way you used to play it, and now the first 3 notes of the F major are the way we used to play it. And now for the ending, open G and open B string, and the C to end the song, 3rd fret A string, open G string, and 1st fret B string. Sounds like this. Now the last 4 bars. And that's it. I hope you like my version of this song, and I hope you like my tutorial. See you next time. Bye bye.